What's up, everybody? Next week on Valentine's Day, we get the new season of Apex Legends, Apex Legends Season 16, named Revelry. I'm going to go over everything that has been announced so far and the changes coming, and then obviously next week I'll try to put out a patch notes video. I'll have this link down below, both of the blog posts that I'm going to look at from EA and Respawn. So if you want to check out this video right here where the game devs talk about it, or you want to read this stuff for yourself, it will all be linked down below. And the next post goes more into detail of this. So we're not getting a new legend. We are getting a remaster of the legend classes and reworks on a bunch of legends. I don't know if the reworks are in these blog posts, but we are getting a bunch of reworks as well. We've been introducing a new legend every season, and this year we wanted to take a break from releasing a new legend. You'll see new legends in the future, but for now we wanted to see how the core legends could evolve the way players have been using them. This season, we'll be adjusting all legends and introducing a rework to our class system that we're calling Remastered Legend Classes. There will be 5 classes: Assault, Recon, Skirmisher, Controller, and Support. Each class will now have some kind of meaningful, unique perk, whether that be the way a legend can interact with loot bins or new ways to revive teammates. We'll also be introducing a few buffs and nerfs across several legends, including Lifeline, Seer, and Wraith. Seer definitely needs a nerf. We'll share full details on legend changes when we release the patch notes closer to Revelry's launch. So now we're getting Team Deathmatch, a rotating mode playlist, and a new weapon. First, we want to talk about arenas. At its core, Apex Legends is a BR, and the team wants to help players master the core game mode, and in its current state, arenas is not meeting our goals. I personally really like arenas as a warm-up mode, or just when I don't have a lot of time to get into BR modes and I want to be able to play more than one match. Arenas is definitely a fun mode for me. We're excited to announce that at the launch of Revelry, we'll be debuting Team Deathmatch to Apex Games. Available for the first 3 weeks of the season, Team Deathmatch has been our community's most requested mode, and we're excited to be delivering this at launch. We've also heard from our players that they want a permanent modes playlist, and we're thrilled to announce that in early March we'll be releasing Mixtape. Featuring a rotation of TDM, Gun Run, and Control, we see Mixtape as a great way for players to test out a new legend, practice their skills, and just experience the signature Apex Legends gameplay in real combat situations with little downtime between fights. It's been a while since we unleashed a new weapon, and that will be over when Revelry launches with a new energy weapon, the Nemesis. We're hoping to see this potentially unseat favorite standbys like the R301 and Flatline. 2023 is the time to join the Apex games. If you're a new player, the year is a great time to get into Apex Legends. We're overhauling everything from first player experience. We will be making improvements to the firing range, adding in dummy strafing and stats tracking, specifically for our new players. We will be adding bots to our match so players can get their feet under a new orientation match system. Our goal with orientation matches is to create a lower pressure environment where new players can get their bearings, learn the core mechanics, and have a little more space to breathe when they learn how to play Apex Legends. New players can play solo or bring along friends to play a handful of orientation matches, primarily against bots, before being put into the normal match queues. I saw something to be like 4 teams of 3, and the other 48 people in the lobby will be bots, and then it's like a certain amount of top 5 finishes or wins. It's like 5 of them, and then you're no longer in the orientation match system, and you won't play against bots. You'll play against only real players after that. Anniversary Collection event. This month is also the 4th anniversary of Apex Legends, and we're celebrating with the Anniversary Collection event featuring an all-new community content reward track and lots of celebrations happening in-game, including login rewards during the first 2 weeks of the season, with week 1 featuring crypto unlocked and 1 crypto thematic pack for all players that log in, and week 2 unlocking Ash plus 1 Ash thematic pack for all players that log in. Also, every map in the rotation will have special decorations, and we'll have the return of a fan favorite that will reveal closer to launch. So you just get crypto and Ash unlocked for logging in those weeks. I already have Ash, so I get the thematic pack, and then I don't have crypto, so I'll get crypto next week. And special thanks to you. We're excited this year of Apex Legends. I want to take a moment to thank all the players and creators that have supported us over the last 4 years. We make this stuff for you. We can't wait to try to surprise you again when Revelry launches on February 14th. So, like I said, February 14th, new season. I'll be visiting family then, so I won't be streaming the new season until probably the 16th or the 17th when I get back. But let's look at the other blog post, which does go into more detail here. So here we have new updates coming with Apex Legends Revelry, a season for all to celebrate. And here's kind of a look at their version of a roadmap. If you watch my Warzone videos, you know what I mean by their version of a roadmap. Here's the new remaster legend class. As you can see in Assault, we have Ash, Fuse, Mad Maggie, Bangalore, and Rev. Skirmisher, we got Wraith, Mirage, Octane, Horizon, Valk, and Pathy. Recon Legends are going to be Bloodhound, Crypto, Seer, and Vantage. Controller, Legends, and no, not input, like they control areas. Going to be Caustic, Watson, Rampart, and Catalyst. Then we have our support legends, Lifeline, Loba, Gibby, or Jibby, and Newcastle. And then here's the new weapon. Nemesis, the Team Deathmatch Anniversary Collection event. The login rewards here. Obviously, we're getting a new Battle Pass. And then more, the Imperial Guard Collection event. And the debut of Mixtape, a permanent playlist featuring Team Deathmatch, Control, Gun Run, Sun Squad Collection event, Veiled Collection event, and then ALGS continues. So now we're going to go into the remastered Legends classes that we've touched on already. So here's what the new Legend screen is going to look like. Fine. Doesn't really change anything. I usually select mine with the mouse and pick up a controller, so it makes no difference to me. And then here's when you're just looking at your Legends page. Here's what they look like, and you'll be able to go all or the different classes themselves. Class perks, if you pick an Assault Legend, you can hold more ammo in your inventory, and there'll be more in each stack. And there's going to be new red bins, and it goes down into it below, so I'll get more into it in a second. Skirmisher, you can reveal care packages and what's in them. Recon, you can survey, beacon, and shows enemy locations. Then Controller, there's going to be a new ring console, which shows the next circle. So, your Caustics, your Catalyst, Caustic, Catalyst, Rampart, and Watson will be able to search for the next ring, whereas Bloodhound, Crypto, Seer, and Vantage will be able to display enemy locations. And then support can now craft banners, which is huge. I know myself, only playing this for a year, has already been asking for this, and I know players that have been playing for much longer have been wanting this. And then they have access to blue bins, which if you play Lifeline, or you know what I'm talking about, Lifeline has always been able to do that. Now all the Legends will be able to do that. Let's go into the classes more. If you want to read the definitions, then you can read what they are defining them as. I'm just going to look at the perks and the Legends. Legends, like I mentioned, are Bangalore, Ash, Fuse, Mad Maggie, Revenant. Here's what the new Assault supply bins look like. Anybody can open them, but only the Assault Legends can open the bottom. And the secret compartment, it's going to work like the Lifeline secret compartments, and now for all support Legends, but contains 4 smart loot attachments, so it'll know what your squad has, and base your loot off of that. So if you can loot up before you open those, or before your Assault Legend opens the bottom, do that so you can get better attachments. So it contains 4 smart loot attachments for you or your team's current loadout. 1 slot is reserved for optics, so it's always going to give you an optic. Chances for a magazine and hop-ups are lower than other gear, so stock, shotgun bolts, lasers will all have a better chance than magazines and hop-ups. If the secret compartment is open while no one on your team has a weapon will drop with 2 attachments for it. So if you land in and you're an Assault Legend, you land on this, you'll automatically get a 2 attachment weapon out of it if nobody has weapons. And then the minimum attachment for all weapons is rare, which is blue. Skirmisher, combat, mobility, and escape. And obviously, you can do better than rare. So these Legends are going to be Wraith, Valk, Octane, Horizon, Mirage, Pathfinder. Their perk is they can spot incoming care packages to see the highest value contents in them. So it'll be whatever the red weapon is, or if there is no weapon because it's an early care package, it'll be whatever the shield is, maybe the Phoenix kit, maybe an attachment. Care packages are revealed by looking at them for a few seconds. They can be spotted in the air as they fall or at their landing location within range. A few seconds is kind of a long time in a game. Hopefully they reduce that, or a few seconds is an over-exaggeration. It's like 2 seconds. Because then you got to stare it and track it, and you can't just like quick look at it. Or you should be able to ping it, shows it, whatever. You can also see when the item has been taken by another team. It turns gray, and can ping map icons or in-world icons for the team, which I'm assuming is referring to marking the care package. So here's what it'll look like. It'll show the Kraber if you stare for a few seconds, then you get ping, and it'll ping a Kraber for your team. And if someone runs up and takes it before you can, I'm assuming that ping is what turns gray. Getting a line of sight on falling packages or rotating quickly into range of a landing area will help snag info early. Additionally, they can see what high-value weaponry has been snagged by others. So now let's move on to the Recon class, which is going to be your Bloodhound, Crypto, Seer, and Vantage. They will be able to use survey beacons to show enemies. It will reveal all enemy positions on a minimap for 30 seconds, and enemies in the pulse range are alerted to beacon use. So if you look on the minimap right here, you can see that pulse range. Anybody in that range will get alerted. I don't know why it's not centered on the beacon, but I think if you look down here, yeah, this is where the beacon actually is. This pulse range right here will alert any enemies within that range, but otherwise, you'll see these enemies and they won't know you can see that there's 4 in Fragment East and however many that is in Lava Siphon. So then we go to controller, which, is named that, like I said, for controlling areas. And so it makes sense to show them where the ring's next locations are for the ring console, because then they can move and control. So it'll look like it always has with the Recon. And now you'll be able to move and control areas because you'll know what the next areas are. Then finally we have support legends, which besides Lifeline is going to be your Loba, your Gibby, your Newcastle. You can see here the craft ally banners. They can craft at 30 crafting materials, and a banner can be recovered from the crafter once crafting is complete. So craft the banner, let the crafting time go by, grab the banner, and then if there's a Moby and you got 80, you could, 30 plus the Moby, 50, so 80, and you could respawn right there. The crafted banner will also contain all recoverable teammates. So if you have two teammates dead, you won't need 60. You still only need 30 crafting materials. And then you can access the secret compartment on blue bins. Compartment has increased chance for large health kits, shield batteries, and med kits. Compartments have unique survival item logic, increased percent of heat shields when outside the ring. So if you open them and you're in storm, gas, whatever you want to call it, the ring, it'll more likely give you a heat shield, and increased percent of mobile respawn beacons if you have a banner in your pocket. This logic has an internal limit, cannot be repeated, and will not trigger if already carrying the item. So if you already have a heat shield or a mobile respawn, that won't happen. And then, obviously, we know what it looks like, and it just looks like that. So we have Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch, you have pre-made classes like you do in Control. Pick your class. Well, pick your legend, pick your class. It's down here. It's 6v6. You pick your loadout on spawn. You can swap your loadout or legend while respawning. It's just like Control, but it's Team Deathmatch for that stuff. Shields regen automatically. We're looking to update this very soon. I hope that doesn't come to BR. I hope that stays just in Team Deathmatch and not BR. 30 kills wins a round. First alliance to win 2 rounds, so it's best of 3. I don't know if you have to win by 1. If you have to win by 2, like you do in arenas, by 2 rounds. Swap loadouts in between rounds and collect airdrops mid-round for stronger weapons. Mixtape just kind of goes over something we already touched on. It's just going to mix LTMs, and I think it says in here every 15, every 15, it works similarly how maps rotate in BR. Every 15 minutes, the mixtape plays will rotate through a curated list of modes and maps to play. 15 minutes kind of sucks, because if you want TDM, you're going to play one TDM match, and then you have to play controller gun run, and if you don't want to, I don't like that. I think it should be 30 minutes to an hour at least, so you can play more than one match. Going forward, we haven't established any hard rules for what goes in a mixtape. If there's something that we think people will enjoy, we might throw it in there. That could go for any mode including past LTMs and modes, assuming it makes sense on our side. So arenas could end up getting thrown back in there. I think they're shelving arenas for now, but it could end up in there, as well as any other LTMs, like Hardcore or Mirage, the Mirage, trying to forget what it's called because I wasn't playing then, but stuff like that. The Nemesis is going to be the new energy assault rifle. It's an energy class assault rifle that fires 4 rounds per burst with a ramping burst delay that decreases time between bursts and simulates a fully automatic weapon. The Nemesis is guaranteed to ruin the day of at least one legend next match. And then it talks more about orientation matches. This is what EA has put out so far, a Respawn. I'm going to pause recording and go find tweets from Alpha Intel on Twitter. Obviously, it's going to be on Twitter. Talking about the legend changes, and quick check their website and see if there's any other information, because their information is always official. It just hasn't been put out by Respawn yet. So let me pause recording, and I will be right back. Okay, so now we're over on Dexerto's website, Alpha Intel on Twitter, owned by Dexerto, and they have more information, and their stuff is always accurate. I think they get it right from Respawn. Anyways, ignore these ads, it's gross. And so here's all the nerfs and buffs coming to different legends. With Seer, his ultimate ability Exhibit will be nerfed in terms of cooldown and duration, with Respawn describing the nerf as pretty hard. So what I'm getting from that is that the cooldown is going to go, the cooldown time is going to go way up for his ultimate, and the duration of his ultimate is going to go way down. His passive ability, the Heartseeker, which is mostly what I think should have been changed, will now have a charge-up time, meaning it cannot be spammed by players. It is also no longer constant, but comes and goes with the pulses of enemies it detects. It will be audible to nearby enemies, which it already has been, which is, I guess, a bug, potentially giving away Seer's location when being used. So that the heartbeat definitely, I think, needed nerfed. I like this nerf. I also think the range should not be 70 meters, but they could still change that. Bloodhound's ultimate ability, Beast of the Hunt, has been overhauled to fit with a new White Raven concept. It will no longer speed up their tactical ability charge. So your Q or your tac does not charge faster when you're in your ult. Instead, it will now find ethereal white ravens around the map. When interacting with these ravens, will fly in the direction of the closest enemy. This creates a longer hunting loop. So if you can't track enemies, look for these white ravens, and they will lead you to enemies. Wraith can now place her portal twice as far as previously and will speed up as she travels that extra distance. So now, instead of placing your portal, she saves 10 meters. I don't remember what it was. It'll now be 20 meters, and as you go the extra distance past 10, you'll move faster. Pathfinder, the range and riding speed on Pathfinder's zipline has been increased significantly, meaning he can travel further and faster than previously. He still needs a passive. Whether it's accuracy or being able to heal on a zipline, whatever it is, he needs passive. Horizon. Accuracy when firing during Horizon's tactical ability Gravity Lift has been reduced, making targets more difficult to hit. However, the speed at which she is lifted in the air has been increased slightly. We saw a preview of the bloom on her lift before, and that was a bug, but it was actually supposed to be in the game. However you want to phrase that. Mirage. After reviving Mirage, the revived ally will be cloaked for 3 seconds. This 3-second duration only stands as a result of the player remaining unarmed. If they draw their weapon, the cloak is broken immediately, so when you get rezzed, you'll now stay invisible if Mirage rezzes you for up to 3 seconds. If you pull out your gun, you're immediately going to be able to be seen. So heal in the 3 seconds. If it's just a cell, just pop a cell, whatever. Heal in that 3 seconds. You obviously don't have enough time for a med kit. Or get out of there so you have enough time for a med kit or a bat. When a clone is shot, the bamboozled enemy will now be tracked by a small icon for a short time. So it'll essentially ping an enemy. Instead of just showing where they were bamboozled, it'll show them when they run away from that bamboozle. Lifeline, significant reduction to slow penalty when activating her revive. Significantly increased drop speed and range of her care package ultimate ability. Give her a res shield back. I know I wasn't playing for that. Give her a res shield back. Valkyrie no longer sees enemy locations marked when using her ultimate ability Skyward Dive. I think that they should have nerfed that mark, but it should have just been where only she sees it and not teammates. But it is what it is. That's their nerf on that. So next we have Gold Shotgun Bolt is going to be added. They're introducing a Gold Shotgun Bolt, which I actually have not read this change yet. Apex Legends Revelry is excited with new fresh content. Nemesis, of course, huge additions. The Gold Shotgun Bolt added in Apex Legends. The Gold Shotgun Bolt is a new attachment arriving in Apex Legends Season 16 for the Peacekeeper, Mastiff, EVA 8, and Mozam. Inspired by the Kinetic Feeder, when equipped, the attachment will automatically take shells from your backpack and reload your weapon when sliding. So when you slide, it'll automatically reload. It's worth noting the reload speed is extremely fast, so even short slides will result in an extra round for your shotgun. So if you have shotguns, be extra sweaty, slide everywhere. Not only that, the Gold Shotgun Bolt continues to work when your weapon is stowed, allowing you to make movement plays while simultaneously weaving in shots on your foes. It'll be interesting to see whether the Gold Shotgun Bolt elevates certain weapons into the meta, but that will likely depend on the spawn rate of the attachment. Either way, it's a top-tier addition for players who love to make movement plays and interweave sliding into their combat. The Kinetic Feeder has always been a fan-favorite hop-up, so a more powerful version of it's guaranteed to see a lot of use in the Outlands. Let me see how many tabs I got left. Alright, we got 2 more after this. Apex Legends, the Hemlock's going into the care package with huge buffs. The Rampage is coming back to the ground, which means it'll get a slight nerf. And the Hemlock is going into the care package. I don't know if they have the buffs in here. The gun will come with booster loader equipped, increased damage, and a better headshot multiplier. And I think that's it. It's a buff, but depending on what the damage actually is, this might not be even worth worrying about. But it is getting a big buff. And then Mirage Voyage returns to every map in Apex Legends Season 16. Mirage Voyage quickly became popular among the Apex community when it was launched back in 2019. I don't really need to go over this. There's just going to be the Mirage train on every map now. And it's been revamped and is now an interactive loot party. It includes a new dance floor this time. Mirage Etoile will be present on all BO maps for the entirety of Season 16. We will get to see the changes when the new season drops. However, judging by the new name, the vibes may be matching the boxing ring POI from the Olympus map. So they're thinking that it's going to be where you just punch people. Speaking of which, something that I don't think is in any of these articles and was leaked is that the maps are going to be rotating in ranked every 24 hours instead of like every hour and a half in pubs. And we're getting not Kings Canyon, not Olympus. We're getting Storm Point, Broken Moon, and World's Edge, of course. So next, and I think this is the last one, the R301 and is going to get nerfed the hardest, but all the ARs are getting nerfed. And that's just so people will use the new AR, the Nemesis, really. It's going to, instead of 14 damage per shot, it'll do 13. So it'll be a few extra shots to kill, especially once people have been armored up. And then, did they say it in here? Here it is, giving, they'll be nerfed in the form of hipfire accuracy decrease, as well as slower draw, it has the slower draw speed, so you won't be able to really hipfire. They already nerfed that once in Season 15, and they're nerfing it again in Season 16. But that's everything that we know so far. I'm going to link all of these posts down below if you want to check them out for yourselves. Please feel free to do so. They will be linked down below. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you spending any time on my channel. Whether you watched the whole video, you just clicked around, I really do appreciate it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more. I'll probably make content on the new Nemesis just saying whether it's good or not. And there's one slept on gun. Depending on nerfs and buffs, I am going to talk about a very, very slept on gun especially by casual players or people who are stuck in their ways. So you want to hit the notification bell so you know when that's uploaded. And also, let me know down below what you think of these changes coming to the Legends, the new gun, the buffs and the nerfs coming to Legends, and the 301 and the Flatline and all of that. Let me know what you think down below. And like I said, I'll have all these blog posts, whether it's Dexerto or Respawn, linked down below. And with that, I'll also have my Twitch, which I stream just about every day, which I won't for about the next week because I'll be visiting family. But I do stream pretty much every day otherwise. And I'll have TikTok and Instagram linked down below, which I post on 4 to 5 days a week. As well as my Twitter, which is a mix of gaming, sports, music, whatever. If you want to check all those out, please feel free. But I will see you in Season 16 of Warzone, or not Warzone, sorry, Season 16 of Apex Legends. Get frying. Have a good day.